Hello everyone, I got a game of Flash versus Bisu for you today. Some of the best players known to man. I am trying to find how to hide that. There we go. Good. So, in the top right corner, the blue Terran, we have Flash. And in the bottom left corner, as the light pink Protoss, we have Bisu. Already sending a probe across the map. We're gonna see some kind of proxy probably. Whenever a probe leaves, especially one of the first workers, it's probably gonna be a proxy. So quick history lesson. Flash, everyone knows him, loves him. Best player of all time. No one can even compete with this guy. It's crazy. The god of StarCraft. Bisu, one of the most innovative players, one of the best players to ever play StarCraft, one of the best Protoss. He's the one who innovated PVZ, I believe. For a long time, Protoss has had a hard time dealing with the matchup, but he came in with a new style, coming in with Corsairs and DTs. And Zerg's had a hard time adapting. He single-handedly shifted the whole meta. He's also a Protoss vs. Protoss god. I believe Rain is better than him now. So, no longer has that, but overall, just an extremely strong player. Great in all the matchups. I believe PVZ is by far his best. And here we have Flash actually scouting the pylon early, sees that it's a proxy, immediately pulls 5 workers. So Bisu is mining more than him, but he wants to stop this proxy right here and now. No workers going at it. The probe has more range than the SCV, but the SCV does have more HP. And it looks like the SCV was warded off. Oh, here comes the other workers. The focus down the gateway. I think this will be completely held. I don't think he can do anything after this. Barracks going up. He's mining. Bisu has more workers at home, so he's getting more income, but his infrastructure's kind of ruined with this. But overall, it should be a great game. These players are extremely strong. And we'll see how it goes. For a quick example, so how TVP usually handles it out, Protoss have the mobility edge, and they will take over the map more, and Terran has to like stop all these kind of pushes and like stuff like that. But as the game goes on, Terran's upgrades for their units are just flat out better for their factory units, which they will be going against Protoss. So once Terran hits 150 supply to 200, if it's just mech units, he will run over the Protoss. It's not even a contest. In a straight fight, he'll be destroyed. As we can see, Bisu taking the gas from the Terran. Without the gas, Terran can't even go into mech really. So slowing that down. Bisu with a fast expansion back at home. Overall, our players are pretty even. I give the edge to Bisu because his workers were working a bit longer. Which is kind of weird because Flash did stop the proxy, but it was an odd scenario overall. Got a Marine down here killing that pylon. Pretty standard stuff. Probably gonna make a Marine and start killing this assimilator. His gas will be a little delayed, but so far it's looking like from that early proxy it's gonna go into a macro game, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Anything spicy coming up right now? But right now, the Protoss wants to maybe apply a little pressure after he gets some of his macro going. You don't want the Terran to just build up. In a straight fight, yeah, with upgrades, especially as they come in, Terran will smash you in a straight-on fight, but with all the mobility that Protoss has, he can drop into the main, he can take all the bases around the map, force fights that are in his favor, and that's how he'll start winning the game. First, Zealot coming across the map with a probe. Deadly combo. Zealot does 16 damage. Guys only have 32 health, so 2 zaps from the probe and 2 hits from the Zealot, and the Marine is dead. But there's 4 Marines here. It should be easily held. Yep. With a bunker there too. Takes his gas at his natural because his main got taken away. Let's see here. Anything coming up? Flash's gas is really delayed. He might even opt to get a 3rd command center because, well, we should be seeing a factory dropped here soon. Where is it? I see a factory in the production kit. There it is. Yep, normal stuff. Pylon going here. Yep, just a very standard TVP. Killing the assimilator, and so he can get his gas. This guy's a little delayed. I'm really wondering what he's gonna do with that 500 minerals that he's got stacked up. Like, if it were me, I would just expand, but I'm not the greatest of all time, so clearly my opinion is invalidated. Oh yeah, the map is Benzene. I should have mentioned that a bit sooner, but there's so much to mention. Typically, the naturals are very well defended in these choke points, so attacking this is like death. This is really hard to break. There's also these high ground areas. If like a Terran got like siege tanks up here, that would be extremely annoying, but the chances of that are really low. If you let someone get on the high ground like that, you kind of deserve it. So you go this way, whoop, bam, you're on the high ground. So you just prefer you don't want people up there. Factory add-on coming in. We got a starport coming in. We might see some vulture drops. We got the Protoss robotics facility, which will probably be used for observers. We'll see if reavers come into play. But overall, our players are just macroing up. Our first armory comes down really early. So that's really important to note, because that means our Terran's upgrades will be coming in sooner. So far, we don't have any forges or anything for the Protoss. And having +2 attack for the Terran mech upgrades, that's really like a power hitting point. Dragoons will die so fast. 80 splash damage from a siege tank shot, and these guys only have 180 HP. First tank out. This should be an easy hold. It's just the pressure and make sure the Terran's being honest, but nothing from that will be really done. Some lost mining time. Third command center gets thrown down. And standard stuff, we have a dropship being researched, so we're probably going to see some vultures or some maybe a siege tanks up on that high ground I talked about. 2 more gateways and observatory, so he's going to go for observer so he can start clearing mines, getting map control. I'm surprised by this pylon in the bottom right corner. I guess he wants to make sure Flash is expanding back there, but I would think he would take it first. Expanding towards the left, Bisu's up a base, which is pretty typically normal in this matchup, so it's not the worst. Ooh, double siege tank job. I didn't expect this. But he's going right over. Ooh. Oh, oh, oh god. If he like went up, that's lost. So did he see it? Ooh. Ooh. Got Spider Mines and +1 attack going. Oh, he's gonna go over. If he goes over that pylon wall right there, that pylon wall works against him. Oh no, that's so tragic. He has to destroy his own pylon to get to it, and the siege tanks can shoot him. Oh, and he's just gonna run away for free. Like, what's he gonna do? He can't catch up to this. Oh, go over the reactor. Look at him. Oh no, drop! Ah! Okay, let's the siege tanks. So these guys are stuck. Let's see how much damage they can do. They killed 1 Dragoon so far. Maybe get 2 at least. Get something. Okay, 2 Dragoons go down. Overall, that is really good for Bisu. He didn't lose anything. It wasn't that bad. Very well controlled. Flash expanding to his 3rd base. Moving out with a small pair of units. So, yeah. Flash wants to go for a mech army, so you won't be seeing any infantry or anything like that. It's just going to be a bunch of mech units, so vultures, siege tanks, Goliaths. Maybe some air. Probably not. Oh, we got another drop in the top left corner. 2 vultures and a siege tank this time. He's really favoring this drop play. I like it. Put some pressure on the Protoss early. Taking both mineral bases. I believe Bisu is going to be expanding to the top left corner right about now. Nope. Right about now. Nope. And we'll come back to that. Science facility goes down. Another armory. +1's finished. These guys are really packing a lot of damage. No upgrades for the Protoss. Oh, air attack. He's going into straight carriers. Ooh, baby. So carriers, funny unit. It's the Protoss capital ship, and they can hold up to 8 little airplane dudes that just fly out and they start shooting everything. How Terran usually deals with this, they have to build Goliaths. Goliaths are a funny unit because they're really bad against Zealots and Dragoons, but they're really good against the air units in this matchup. But if Flash doesn't have any Goliaths, when these come out, he could just straight up die to it. But carriers are also really expensive. One of the hardest things to get to. Like, look, he has to get this upgrade as well, and he's getting +1 attack. This is all really expensive. Bisu getting ready to take the top left expansion. So far, pretty standard Sim Cities. 2 carriers pumping out at the same time. Got some units just standing here. On guard. No, so no Arbor attack for quite a while. 4th Nexus getting thrown down. We have good macro city. Multiple factories being thrown down. He still does. I don't think he knows about the carrier still. Because otherwise he'd be producing Goliaths. If he gets caught off guard by this, he might just lose the game. 2 dropships coming in. He's gonna start unloading on this high ground. He's gonna probably drop 2 tanks, siege them right there, and start mining this area. But Bisu had some units here, so I think this should be easily held. Yeah, I think he's got this one in the bag. Uh-oh. Save the tanks! Run! Oh, dang. Well, that little skirmish attack didn't work too well. Oh! The lone survivor. Oh, he's showing the carriers. Maybe Flash already knew about, but as you can see, immediate response, he's building Goliaths. He has +1 attack and +1 armor coming away. The +1 armor is really good against the interceptors. The Protoss units in general do a lot of damage, so the armor is not that effective, but against interceptors, since they do like 8 damage per shot, it's pretty good. We have +1 ground attack for the Protoss army. Spider-Mans all over the map. I keep wanting to say Spider-Mans. We got 2 dropships here, 8 zealots and 2 carriers. This is an interesting type of harassment. I've never seen something like this before, so we'll see what this does. Oh yeah, I can see the stats here. See, 7 attack with the +1, and these those little airplanes plus the carrier. I think it's like 400 minerals, 300 gas, plus 25 minerals every time a little ship is made. So this is expensive, but this is the God unit. If you get a lot of these, that's hard to deal with. But he has Goliath on the way, doing 24 damage per anti-air rocket. Pretty good. Clearing mines with the Observer. Observer is a invisible scout that can see invisible units. This is how Protoss see invisible stuff. Flash putting down a couple more spider mines, maybe preparing to engage this army. Both of our players are pretty even supply. Usually Protoss is really ahead in this matter, but he's gone carrier, so it's more evenish. Oh, spider mines making direct contact with those zealots. I don't think anything else is going to happen. Okay, we got our first big engage. Ooh. Siege tanks are able to siege back. They got a lot of meat in the front, so that they're not going to be able to reach them. But I do not think Bisu should take this fight. I don't think it ends well for him at all. And he pulls back. Flash is getting to that. He has +2 attack also. Flash's army is really scared. Oh, those Spider-Man hits. Look how much damage they're doing to the hulls of those Dragoons. Bisu taking the top part of the map. Flash took the bottom right corner, and he's taking the bottom middle. So right now, our players are even on bases, which I would give favor towards the Terran player. But, these carriers are going to be really annoying. Like, you can't, like, walk over here, so... And carriers have a lot of range on them, too. +2 attack coming in for our Protoss player. He's also getting the shield upgrade, which I don't get to see that often, so that's interesting. Psionic Storm on the way, +2 attack, throwing missile turrets down all around his map, base. Let's see here. These 2 dropships also have zealots. He can cause a lot of chaos if he could just get in here. Okay, he's diving on top of the turrets. He's tanking with the carriers, and then he's going to drop these zealots right on top of these turrets. Maybe he can do some significant damage. These turrets are going to die really fast. Here comes the portion of Flash's army. I think this should be able to easily be cleared. It's a pain that all these turrets went down, but he can repair all that. Let's see how the carriers do. Yeah, the carriers didn't even take that much damage. They're just losing interceptors, so this is pretty good for Flash. Yeah, he's doing some pretty decent damage. He's just probably gonna fly away right about now. Oh no, he's opting to stay here. Yeah, his carriers are full HP. Typically, when you have Goliaths, if you have a lot of Goliaths, you can just shoot down any of the interceptors and they'll immediately die. But preferably, you want to target down the carriers. So far, this could be anyone's game. Like, these carriers are like, they're doing good. I think it's slightly still more Flash favored. His army is just, he's reaching that critical mass. Bottom of the map being taken by a Protoss player. More harassment by these carriers. Dropping more zealots in. I like this mix attack. This is so good. +3 attacks is about to finish for Flash. +2 armor. This is really significant damage. And remember, Goliaths are not good against zealots, so this is going pretty well for him. Ooh, that carrier's took a lot of damage. Flash is not losing anything too significant, but this is definitely really annoying to deal with. I'm just making sure at the bomb army. Make sure these guys are not in contact, but he's chipping away with these carriers. I love this play. This carrier has 16 kills. Oh my goodness. Oh, the major armies are engaging a bunch of vultures and Goliaths reaching in. Once these tanks are sieged, this should be an easy, clean fight. I don't even think he's going to need the siege. Bisu has to pull back and needs to regroup with these carriers. Each carrier has 8 supplies, so a lot of his supplies in these. And Flash is just chasing him down with vultures. Typically, you don't even see that often. The vultures usually need tanks against dragoons, but his ground army is just so little. There's no reason to be afraid. First High Templars out on the field. These guys cast little lightning storms that do a crap ton of damage. You ever seen Star Wars? That's exactly what it is. They're about to get Mace Windu'd. So far, this north base is under siege. Flash will probably siege his tanks. No, Bisu's off to just go for a counterattack. These firemen are going to do some good damage on the zealots. Nice. We might have a base trade scenario? This base is absolutely dead. This base is also absolutely dead if no one comes, but I don't know who wins this base trade scenario. Oh my goodness. Okay, Flash pulling back his main part of his army. Just a couple of units to deal with this base. That's more than enough to kill all those reinforcements. But I don't know if he can get in position to fight this army head on. Great storm on those Goliaths, but they also... Storm hurts both sides of the unit, so he doesn't want to storm his interceptors too much. And here comes the main army of Flash, so Bisu's forced to fly away into Flash's side of the map. He might get pinned if he's not too careful. Oh my gosh, is he going to lose any of the carriers? He's losing a lot of interceptors, so this is expensive. You can see the bank of Bisu, it's going down. Both of these players are just slugging each other right now. CG up there, that expansion is probably going to go down soon unless there's reinforcements. Okay, this will clear it. There's more than enough. Oh, invisible caveman. Oh, wait, he might be able to get the Nexus before it goes down. Oh, he gets it. Oh, God, that sucks. Top right expansion going online, but it's slowly producing workers. It's not going to be a while until that's fully mining. Oh, that carrier going down. Oh, I give the full advantage to Flash. Let's see his upgrades really quick. 2-3. It's pretty scary. Versus the carriers +3/+1. He's getting armor upgrade right now. Invisible caveman dead. Luck. There's a dragoon. Sieging the south side of the map, this base might fall down. This will be really hard to push into. We need some more High Templars, I believe. Oh, I didn't even see this. Cutting off some of the reinforcements. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of the action, guys. It's just, it's hard to keep up with these players. Another big engagement down here. There's just too many Goliaths. I feel like he needs a stronger ground army because he can't fight. These Goliaths would be really weak against Zealots and stuff, but he just doesn't have that. Nothing really will be finished here. They'll be easily cleaned up. A big engagement going on right now. We're losing so many interceptors. The invisible caveman going to town. Look at him go. Oh, there he goes. Well, I feel like now this is all in Flash's core. It would take a really big mess up because, like, look at the economy difference. Also, 50 workers to 32 probes. SUVs the probes. I don't know why I said workers and just didn't say workers the other way. Probes being transferred to the top left of the map. Both of our players' economies aren't the best right now. Like, Flash is mined out on his main and natural, so he probably just needs to take another base. Realizes that the north base is occupied at the moment. Oh, a good storm right there. Another good storm going down. The invisible caveman not being able to do much. These carriers are just... These carriers have had so much value, but, like, they just can't do it. There's just too many Goliaths. Look at them. Look at all these kills on these Goliaths. They're all, like, intercepted. 15 kills! Look at them. Oh, goodness. Doing so much damage. Oh, and GG from Bisu. And that's the game. The second Flash found out about that North expansion, he was kind of cooked. But overall, that was a really good game. I really like the carrier player that Flash did Bisu did right here. I thought that was amazing, especially with the 2 dropships. It's just, Flash at that point where, like, his mech army was too big and he only needed to produce Goliaths because the only thing left was the carriers. So, yeah. Overall, great game from both players, and I hope to see more. And I will now end the recording. Peace.